Engaging the power of expectation for our desired turnaround. Engaging the power of expectation for our desired turnaround. This morning, let's be reminded of the fact that we serve a turnaround God. Say with me, I serve a turnaround God. Say like you believe it, please. I serve a turnaround God. And Shiloh is a mountain of turnarounds. Shiloh is a mountain of turnarounds. We serve a turnaround God. And we see that all through scriptures, where God turned around the story of men and women. In Matthew chapter 9, verses 28 and 29, we are told about two blind men that came to Jesus. And they cried unto him. They came to Jesus and they cried unto him. And Jesus said, Jesus said unto them, believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, yea, Lord. And then verse 29, he touched their eyes, saying, according to your faith, be it unto you. He turned their situation around. We serve a turnaround God. From blindness, their eyes were opened. This year at Shiloh, every form of blindness in anyone's life shall be permanently terminated. Can I hear louder? Amen. We serve a turnaround God. Shiloh is a mountain of turnaround. Therefore, at Shiloh this year, someone's story will still be turned around. If you are the person, let your amen show it. No one's desire at Shiloh this year shall be dashed on the ground. Even before we enter Shiloh, supernatural turnaround testimonies will be the portion of somebody here. And if you are the person, let your amen show it. What is expectation? From the interpretation of the Bible. What is biblical expectation? We've heard definitions from Monday when we began. What is biblical expectation? It simply means a confident belief. A confident belief. Say it, a confident belief. A confident belief or a strong hope that a particular event will happen. A confident belief or a strong hope that something or that a particular event will happen. Lack of expectation is at the root of frustration in the life of many. But as for you and I, beginning from this moment, no more frustration. Can I believe in amen? Can you imagine a man playing football without a goal post? When is he ever going to score any goal? Will he ever score any goal? Without a goal post, no matter how smart a football player you may be, you can never score any goal. It's the same thing with a man without expectation. A man without expectation can be likened to a man playing football without a goal post. It leads to frustration. But as for you and I, no more frustration. Can I hear louder? Amen. Therefore, as we get set for Shiloh this year, let's ensure that we put our expectation in place. And this morning, we are looking at the fact that faith, among other things, is never late. Faith is never what? Say with me, faith is never late. And remember, we said faith simply means word-based expectation. In other words, faith, which is word-based expectation, is never late. It is never late. It is never late. It can turn any stinking situation around in a moment. And the example in the Bible that easily comes to mind is that of Lazarus. We're told in John's Gospel, chapter 11. John chapter 11. Let's look at verse 21 and 23. John 11, 21. Then said Martha, the sister of Lazarus, unto Jesus, if thou had been here, my brother had not died. In other words, it's already late. He is dead. If you were here before now, he wouldn't have died. But now that he is dead, it's already late. Verse 23. Verse 23. Jesus said unto her, thy brother shall do what? Shall live again. I don't know that particular situation in anyone's life this morning that seems to have been dead. Is it concerning your career? Oh, I wish. Is it concerning your marriage, your relationship, your finances, your health? I wish. I'm glad to announce to somebody today that situation will live again. I said that situation will live again. That your health shall be restored. That your family shall be restored. That your career shall be restored. In actual fact, that some persons under the sound of my voice right now, maybe you are believing God for a miracle job. By the time Shiloh is ending this year, God will turn you to an employer of labor. If you believe, let your amen show it. Verse 25 of the same John's Gospel, chapter 11. Please put it back. Verse 25. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he do what? Shall he live? And then we know the end of the story. Let's jump to verse 39. Verse 39. Jesus said, take here away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time, he does what? He stinketh. Remember, we just said it can turn any stinking situation around in a moment. By this time, he stinketh. Verse 40. Jesus said unto her, didn't I tell you, if you believe, if you have a confident expectation, thou shalt see the glory of God? And then take away the stone. And then Jesus gave thanks. And at the end of the day, what happened? Lazarus came forth. Verse 44. What happened to Lazarus? Verse 44, please. John 11:44. He that was dead did what? Did what? He came forth. And Jesus said, loose him and let him go. Your testimony is coming forth. Say me, my testimony is coming forth. Say like you believe it, my testimony is coming forth. Please convince your neighbor, your testimony is coming forth. Shout it loud, amen. That stinking situation can be turned around in a moment. We've seen it done several times. And remember the testimony we heard this morning. Miracle baby, miracle job. And we have several other testimonies before. You have been listening to the testimonies of others of turnaround. Yours shall be the next. I say yours shall be the next. Anytime we step out in faith, please let's understand. Anytime we step out in faith, remember we said that faith is word-based expectation. In other words, anytime we step out with word-based expectation, God is committed to confirm his word. In your life and my life, God will yet confirm his word. And we've seen it happen in the Bible in several instances. Let's look at the example of Father Abraham. Genesis chapter 12. Beginning from verse 1. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 beginning. Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation. I will bless thee, make thy name great. Thou shalt be a blessing. Verse 3. I will bless them that bless thee, curse them that curse thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. There is another Abraham under the sound of my voice today. You will not only be blessed, you shall be a blessing. Abraham got out. He came out. He came out obeyed God's command. He stepped out in faith. And of course, by the time you get to chapter 14 of Genesis, verses 14 all the way to verse 16. Genesis chapter 14, please. Verse 14. And when Abraham heard that his brother was taken captive, he armed his trained servant. This is somebody that went out alone with only his brother. Now he had his own armed, trained servant, born in his house, 318. 318. I don't know about you, but how many servants do you have in your house right now? How many armed men do you have? You can just picture the blessing of God upon Abraham. God told him in chapter 12, I will bless you, you'll be a blessing. Chapter 14, he already had all these hundreds of armed men, trained servants, born in his house. No matter how great God has taken you to right now, you shall yet be greater. I said, you shall yet be greater. Can I hear louder? Amen. I said, your greatness is just beginning. Convince yourself, my greatness is just beginning. So let's step out in faith. I don't know the situation you are believing God for. Step out in faith, in confident belief, full expectation, and God will establish it. We must keep speaking the reality of our expectation. We must keep speaking the reality of our expectation, especially as we prepare for this prophetic feast of Shiloh this year. It's only what we say that you see. So begin to say what you want to see. Genesis 14:15, as far as your eyes can see. Let's begin to say what we want to see. What do you want to see at Shiloh this year? Remember, we have been told the key to flourishing in hard times shall be delivered into our hands. Are you returning with those keys? Are you returning with those keys? This year, none of us will return without the keys to flourishing in hard times. Say me, I shall return with the keys. Say louder, I shall return with the keys. One more time, I shall return with the keys. It's a mountain of turnaround. Every negative situation in everyone's life shall be turned around at Shiloh. Mark 11:23. Therefore, let's begin to say it. Let's begin to declare it. Let's begin to proclaim it boldly, boldly. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall say unto this mountain, whatever that mountain might be, begin to say unto it, you shall become a plain ground. Begin to speak what you want to believe, what you want to see. Begin to speak what you want to see at Shiloh. Shiloh this year, I am returning fired up in my spiritual life. How about you? Shiloh this year, I am returning a new person. How about you? Shiloh this year, I am returning with my turnaround testimonies. How about you? As you begin to declare it, God will deliver it into our hands.